InSHalla and Ashe. Uh-oh, got some echoing. That's gonna bother me. Hang on 1 second. Thanks for that. Blessings to all of you. I have my cowrie shell set up in the other room, so we're going to get into that. But again, InSHalla Ashe, blessings to you. Welcome to my weekly muse. So I want to talk a little bit about the word spirit. So we learn through experience, and we also reflect all these experiences. We can think all day long and have these experiences in our head, watching all these little voices inside our head, right? So the ego and the mind create this chaos in our head, where we use the past and the future to create all these little details. So if you were to watch behind the scenes, freedom in the form and the body, the images of all of those different forms that we take. So just detaching from the form that we're actually taking, like how we identify in our form, whether we identify as skinny or as fit or as a success. Sometimes we have fear behind what we believe we need to identify with. So we are our own spirit, and how we see through our own eye, our third eye, one is the ego and one is the spirit of the eye. So I tend to look through the eye of spirit more than the eye of the ego. I find I am more often having a spirit to spirit conversation, like what would God say kind of a thing, or what would an angel say, or what would a being of the other world or the unseen have to say? What does that even look like? The larger than life vision that I want to manifest. So I use spirit or the realm of spirit to incorporate my earthly experience, and we all do. So all of these energy centers have this conversation. And how this all plays out in your village is actually a layering effect, essentially. So it's the realm of the elements and the messages there, the realm of the planets, the angels, ascended masters, the unseen beings in the elemental realm, and so on in this corridor. And I also follow the moon, which is the emotional center of our earthly existence. So the moon in our natal astrology chart shows us how we interact emotionally. And so what does that even look like, right? So the moon is our emotions. It's our fourth house. It's our home. It's the sign of Cancer. It's the mother, the good mother. So my moon in my natal chart is in my third house. The third house is the house of Gemini, so it's communication. It's short-term travel or short distance travel. It's our siblings. So my moon is having a conversation with my thoughts. So my emotions and my thoughts in my inner world of what I have boundaries around, or Pluto, because my moon is in Scorpio. So a moon in Gemini will analyze their feelings, or I should say they intellectualize their thoughts about what they feel, and they want to talk about it. Gemini, they want to talk, they want to express. So an Aries moon will act out their feelings. Again, it depends on the house it is in your natal chart. A moon in Taurus will manifest what they feel. A moon in Cancer is going to nourish their feelings. It's in its home sign that they really are more in tune with their feelings, or hopefully they are. A Leo moon shines in the emotional flavor of their heart. They just charismatic. It's a charismatic moon. And they're proud. A Virgo moon is actually reality. The moon is in its reality. It's going to analyze how they feel. Um, and they always want to be in service. A Libra moon, they want to open up and receive what they feel, and vice versa. A Scorpio moon wants to protect their feelings. And I do. I'm a Scorpio moon. I protect my feelings or my emotional state of awareness. I have boundaries around it. A Sagittarius moon, they want to believe what they feel. A Capricorn moon is kind of an authority on what they feel. They commit to decisions based on their feelings, or old school feelings, by the way, because Capricorn is old. It's like rising out of the dark ages. An Aquarius moon is that's when someone who innovates what they feel through what they do, or they, if they do or they don't belong. A Pisces moon would follow their spirit or what they feel, they sense. And then it all plays out on what the degree of the moon and also what house it plays out in. So my moon, for example, is in Scorpio, but it's at its highest degree. So I follow what I feel first and what I think when I tune into my feelings and my thoughts. Then numerology, numerologically, it nets to a 7, which is actually spirit. So as long as I tune into what I feel and what I think, be mindful of my feelings, I have those spirit conversations or spirit to spirit conversation. So my moon is high functioning. So I must tune into my feelings. What do I think about how I feel? Be mindful of them. And what does God universe have to say about it? So feelings are a language all of their own. My moon is in the feeling state of awareness. That is the only planet that courses through all the signs in 28 days. Everyone's does, right? So the moon flows through our natal chart. So besides following the moon through the month, I do the full moon and I do the new moon along with the totality of the moon through the gates in human design. So I just did a full show about the gates for the whole week on YouTube. Tonya D, if you so feel called to watch that, get your human design natal chart and kind of tune into the gates and kind of watch or look at your chart, I guess. So the sun in astrology is where our heart shines. The sun is our heart. It literally is where we shine on planet Earth. So my sun sits in my 10th house. So I am meant to shine in my career and my legacy, which, I should do that authentically. It's actually kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of off topic in a weird way, but through what I feel, because I have a late degree as well in my sun, and what I sense. And then what I do is act on it. So I have to literally tune into God universe, feel into it, and then act upon it. So feelings are really a next level thing for me. I've got to tune into the feelings and feel into it before I act and listen to spirit before I act. I am always having a conversation in other worlds, and I am not even kidding in the last second. So for me to pull this off, I have to open up to receive from my heart to converse with spirit. And where this plays out for all of us is totally different for each and every one of us. But I want to share my cowrie shells, just intuitively exploring the other realms through the shells. So the shells is where we're going to explore healing, which is a vast word, meaning a variety of things, really. And then we do rituals, which I give prescriptions for. It's kind of like a medical doctor, but more of a shaman medium perspective, where you open up the door and nurture the relationship in those other worlds, whether it's your ancestors. Maybe you need to heal your lineage of some adversity they did. Disease could be that, angels, it could be our dark shadows, a variety of things just in that perspective. So community is where we share our light. It's just giving peace to the pause. And we all need community, whatever that looks like. My village community is otherworldly. So I take a pause and take a breath and just breathe in the peace and the reconciliation and the getting clarity. So I'm going to share my cowrie shells and then we'll explore those. And I just don't know if you can see me or if I'm online. Hopefully I am because I can't see myself. Oh, there I am. Okay. So let's show you the cowrie shells. There we go. Okay, so here are the shells for today. So I kind of already looked into them before I went live. So we all know we are literally at a crossroads. Planet Earth is, the other world is trying to shatter our reality and literally wake us up. Wake us up in the realm of other worlds, meaning our ancestors, the world of nature, the planet organic herself, the Earth Mother, angels, spirit in general, and nature. Nature is in transformation. It is in change. And we are like on the gateway of transformation and change. The earth is getting a wake-up call to this transformation and change. And also what's curious about today when I rolled the shells, the discourse is literally in having a conversation with our ancestors. So, I talk about ancestralization. I do not do, that isn't I want to say my forecast. I highly recommend Malidoma if you truly feel called to do ancestralization. This is, you have to do the action. I honor my ancestors differently now than I did before. I have a total different understanding because I've ancestralized my mother. I ancestralized my father's entire lineage from the Byzantine era. That's why I've been watching Urtigal, because it just opened up the door to what that experience could have possibly been like for his lineage. It's a great series. I mean, I can't say enough about that whole, like, even the actors, it's just next level. So yeah, our ancestors, we need to heal that discourse. There's a lot of combustion sitting there. If you think about fire, you can see fire on my cloth. So how do we do this? Well, you need to, be more devoted. We need some devotion to nurturing the relationship with our ancestors, along with, finding the joy and being creative in how we create this, along with, having a conversation, reconciling the adversity in community. There is light that sits in the darkness and the shadows and the shift that's coming for us on this dimension. How this affects us, just looking at this, I know I need to go to water and do a ritual, do a prescription in water. I also know I need to go out into nature. Possibly, I have an entire village, a fairy village, that I need to nurture more, it's looking like. So when I say nurture, you have to nurture the relationship. It's like you cannot say a prayer just on Sundays and expect it to be nurtured. You cannot go to the cemetery and honor your ancestors, once a year. That you're not opening the door. And our ancestors actually in the other world can actually assist us in a lot of things in this dimension, but we've lost that connection. So that's why I talk about ancestralization and why that's highly important. It's just cleaning up the cosmic clutter in our lineages. So once you open this communication through the ancestor line, that's when we're going to actually we're going to get our inner wisdom, along with creating a platform where the power kind of dissipates all the cosmic chaos. But it has to be, a communication. You have to reconcile and transform and just create sacred space. I'm seeing Denise Lim. I think she wrote a book called Sacred. She might have been called Sacred Space. I don't know. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. So looking at the cowrie shells, they tell a complete story. Yeah, I look for, there's a little person in there. I look for where our ancestors are. I look for the beings in the other world. So, I know I need to go to water. I also, I leave a candle burning at my ancestor shrine 24/7. And candles, they carry different frequencies and energies. And, obviously, most people associate a white candle with peace, which, yeah, I do believe it's peace, but it's also communication. So if you want to communicate more intuitively, I would light a white candle. If you want to communicate more psychically, I would either do a black or a blue candle. So there's different frequencies and energies in the different color of candle. If you want to tune in more to nature, obviously green. If you want to know where you belong on the earth plane, you're having issues with belongingness or your home or nurturing yourself, go to the earth. The earth actually has a lot of healing energies. So right now, just the communication and the belonging and community to have the conversation is at a transition. Like the media, we don't know, the truth. Like I don't even watch the news for a variety of reasons, but I quit watching mainstream news probably, I don't want to age myself, but probably at least 30 years ago. To be honest, I just, it's conflict of interest. Like my guides block me off from this intuitively. So it's a huge, there's no value there. So back to the shells. So there's a lot of things I look for in here. How do we heal? Healing is going to happen in nature. We're in transition. And also energetically, there's a lot of metal frequency going on, electromagnetic frequencies. Obviously, there's lots of YouTube, there's EMFs everywhere. So we have too much metal or mineral energy. And to balance that out, we got to go to nature and nurture nature. So going to nature and just offering in nature, whatever that looks like to you, having the conversation with nature, heals our own inner nature. So all of this adversity came to wake us up on a variety of levels, not just whether we get the vaccine, we don't get the vaccine, I shoo that out. I don't subscribe to that channel, but that seems to be in the forefront. So, how do we shine our own inner light? We have to go to our own inner peace. Where does that, and have conversation with what that looks like for each and every one of us. And again, it'll open up, wisdom that's within us. And that's where transformation and change happens, is when we have those inner conversations. Then we get onto a more sophisticated platform, and we can be more authentic to our true divine self in nature. It's our inner nature. So to me, it's like the liver and it's the gallbladder. It's also the spring, which we're in right now, and just waking that up. So we go from our ancestors, who that's where this adversity is at the current moment. Like I said, you see a lot of people going or talking about ancestralization. How often do you visit your ancestors and just sit and have a conversation with them, whether you're staring at a picture, you're at the cemetery, whatever that looks like. So it's actually a pretty balanced spread. But again, I know I need to go to water, get into the, be with the beings that are in water, that are like the wild aspect of, change and transformation. It feels like moving water is what I want to say, not so much like a lake, but the moving water, the inner wisdom. So there's a lot going on. We all know that. But we're in this transformation and change. This happened because we needed a wake-up call on becoming authentic and what really matters in the scheme of this picture of life. You know, we have grown into a slave economy, like enough, 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 and not just, you know, staying in the moment, giving peace a pause, and just, you know, working through our stuff. Needs and wants is kind of what, is it a need or is it a want? Sure, I want a new Jeep Hemi, but is it a need? No, my Jeep is fabulous. So it's stuff like that, what we value. And those are polarities, you know. Do we protect what we value, or do we value what we protect? I think stuff like that comes to the forefront. And this is where our inner wisdom is going to come out. Again, I would say, honestly, looking at this, I probably, just knowing the other worlds that I'm looking through right now, I would definitely, you know, honor spirit, whether that's the angels, the ascended masters. I also want to go into the earth and honor the beings in the earth, like Mother Earth, Center Earth. And of course, I want to go to nature and honor the beings in nature, the candomblés, the wetames. I got to go honor my cosmic Sira, what I look like in the higher realms, and just literally sit at my own personal round table and have conversations with each of these beings and my own ancestors, again, as per usual. So yeah, InSHalla, Ashe. If you're curious about a cowrie shell divination, don't be shy. We can do these live over Zoom. I have an entire setup, and we can ask the shells a question for you. But yeah, what a magical day today is. Like I said, I'll be doing offerings for the cosmic world today and every day. So yeah, InSHalla, Ashe. I kind of wanted to explore cowrie shell divination with you all today. I know it's next level. I also do candomblé divination. I'm a candomblé voice diviner. I'm going to be leaving next week to go into the realm of the genies with the candomblés. Total next level otherworldly beings. It's just a place I'm more comfortable in. I feel like I belong there. Having these conversations, because there's no judgment there. They're actually quite more playful and don't look at things like the human mind gets in the way. So it's very imaginational. It's the imaginational realm. So there are different realms. If you haven't, if you've tuned into any of my Change Your Stars and how to navigate and change your stars, there's the realm of the imagination. There's the realm of source energy, the divine pathway. There's the realm of the power pathway, where you can actually move energy with your hands. I know a lot of people do Reiki. I've never really studied Reiki. I just kind of have an inner sense of that. And also the elemental realm. So I play a lot in all of these realms based on guidance from spirit. So when I do, that's why I created Change Your Stars. Ultimately, was spirit guides me. That's, you know, that's my net, spirit. Hence, that's just where I go. So I get shown either timelines, ancestral timelines for healing. I might get shown to look at an astrology chart, which is your soul's harmonic. I might get sounds. Just everyone's different. So I kind of have to just tune in where spirit's going to guide me to assist you on getting you on your life purpose, your path, your prime directive, your derivative. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you this Sunday. Be sure to answer my survey, fill out the form so I can go through the questions there. And as always, InSHalla, Ashe, and I will see you on the other side. Blessings to you.